firefighter. Back home, ready to do a live stream here with none other than Real Flight Evolution. And before we start, we might as well just say a couple of things to thank Horizon Hobby because they're always so helpful in providing us with updates for this very cool tool that helps us learn how to fly and hopefully helps to teach other people how to fly too in some ways by watching all the things that I do wrong and doing it better. At least that's the hope. That's the hope for all this. That some people who've never flown a simulator might take a look at this and go, "Whoa, that is a cool simulator. I want to try that." If someone's so incompetent, like that pesky, conniving son of a gun Marker Reviews can do it, then maybe with enough practice, so can I. And I can guarantee you that since most people don't have learning disabilities, you will be able to do this better than I can and progress through the system a lot faster than what I did. So anyway, again, big thank you to the Spectrum and Horizon Hobby have an amazing customer service, and I've witnessed that over and over again, time and time again, especially on eBay where I usually buy all the products from. And customer service, if anything goes wrong, you can contact them, they'll help you out and stuff. We're still waiting on the free cool brand swag. I don't know how many more days it's going to be. It's going to be a while because it takes about half a year, they said, more than half a year for you to get that stuff. And so if you want to register your products that you've just bought from Spectrum, then remember you're going to be waiting somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks in order to get your stickers or whatever else is in the swag bag. And you can do that by going to horizonhobby.com/register. And otherwise, if you want them from Spectrum, you got to make accounts for both of these basically in order to get the ones from the Spectrum. For Horizon Hobby, you just need to sign up to Horizon Hobby. Anyway, with all that said, let's get on to the live stream today. We're going to try flying a few things, most likely crashing a few things, but we'll start with this really cool helicopter since we're here. And this morning I did a live stream. Let's see if the thing even flies. And if it doesn't fly very well, it's not the software's fault, it's the computer's fault. I am running this on a Microsoft Surface Pro 7, and sometimes things don't go so well because it's an old computer. It comes with not enough RAM. One of the biggest cheap outs on the Surface Pros is they call it a Surface Pro, but they don't even give you like 16 or 32 gigs of RAM when you buy one of these things. Out of the box, I think it is 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the graphics card that comes with is not very powerful. It's not like one of those cool Radeon graphics card or what's the other company? The one with the green logo and the swirly thing. Can't remember. Anyway, the two major brands basically of graphics cards that you will usually find that come with PCs. It's neither of those. It's a something else. Something Intel, something else, and usually these things are not very good, but they're good enough to run stuff. And it is slightly laggy today for some reason. I don't know why, but on other days it's not laggy at all, and it flies beautifully, fantastically well, 100%. So it really depends on the day, guys. It depends on the day. Today's not one of the lucky days. So anyway, yesterday I made a quick live stream and stuff because it was pouring it down. It was really pouring it down. This is Irvine, California, Woodbridge, and nearby areas. I was at Tustin, Costco area where Whole Foods is, and one of the cool military bases where you see all the amazing flying hawks, which is really fun. It's one of those things that you only know about if you are somebody who lives in Irvine. It's not really often mentioned. So anyway, I was over there and I did a little quick live stream while it was raining on top of the car, talking about marriage and the Saucecast. The Saucecast, it's a pretty fun valuetainment special, um, hosted by a really fun guy. And yeah, anyway, so they had a bunch of women on there. So I had been saying this for a long time that the American dream has changed, especially for people, who are super successful and that have made it. So the American dream used to be about, creating the family unit. A boy falls in love with a girl. They have a son or a daughter or more kids, whatever. A white picket fence, a beautiful house, and a life together, full of beautiful dreams and things that they could do together, including possibly travel and stuff like that. Anyway, that was the old American dream. And of course, if you were really, really good, right, you would come over to America on a boat or whatever it is. You would find your way to your first job and then make it up the ladder until you were as successful as the business owner that you were working for, and stuff like that. That was also part of the American dream. Some people were not about the whole family thing. They were just about becoming rich and creating something cool and just making it big. So that was another one of the American dreams. And again, the American dream has changed a lot, especially for women. The very successful women that appeared on the Saucecast there have some very different ideas of what the American dream is and stuff. And so it was very interesting to listen to that because, as somebody who's sort of still sort of a little bit on the old school side, not so conservative to be accepted by the conservatives, not so liberal to be accepted by the liberals, a little too crazy for the middle of the road people. And so anyway, it was just kind of interesting for me to see that kind of analysis on what's going on and what the girls want when they are so successful. Because there were some ladies from the My Only situation, and again, I won't get too specific because this is mostly kid friendly, so we won't go into details about that. But we had Miss Montana, that someone said could have possibly been Miss America. It was probably stolen from her. I don't know if that was just a blatant compliment to I'll see you later after the show kind of thing, or anything like that. But anyway, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool how it all turned out. But anyway, the new American dream, and maybe part of the reason why a lot of folks who are very wealthy don't want to pay taxes and stuff like that is because it feels like they pay so much. They pay so much for the women, or the new American dream for the women on the show, that it's just so much money. They can't afford to even pay taxes in the U.S. When you're paying for so much stuff. I mean, they already have to worry about their mansion, their 25 cars parked in their mansion. They probably have a private jet, helicopter, whatever. So when they're making, there was more than six figures or whatever it is, they're expected to make $10 million per year. That's quite a thing. That's quite a feat right there. They're making $10 million a year. That's wow. That's truly something, right? But a lot of the money is going into the ladies that they're into. And imagine if they were married at some point. So they had one of these ladies, and then so that was their ex, and they're remarried to who knows how many. Like Elon Musk has a lot going on. My good friend Elon has a lot going on. But they kind of did a little rundown of what kind of what kind of like what do you call it, allowance these ladies are supposed to get like on a regular basis, monthly basis, and it's pretty steep what they're looking for. So forget the universal basic income of $1,000 per month. That's 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 nickels and dimes. They're not looking for that at all. They're looking at basic life support is like $1,000 per month, but you're already providing the mansion, the minivan, the all that kind of stuff there. So just the allowance is like definitely more than 1,000. So it's definitely more than universal basic income. They're asking for all the other stuff, the waxing, the hair, the whole shebang, and it came down to like something around like 2,000 bucks just for the whole shebang. So if you're looking for a high maintenance woman of that caliber, you're talking about coughing up at least 3 grand, 3 grand, 3 grand per month, guys. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? 3 grand per month. I guess you probably should go and check out the Saucecast. My numbers are not great, but I think I'm kind of in the ballpark, So you're going off there. You got yourself the woman of your dreams, right? She looks super pretty, but the hair, the waxing the eyebrows, the waxing the armpits, the whole shebangly deal. You know, whatever pamperage, and that's not even including the spa deal. So if you include the spa deal, that's probably another grand there. And whatever, if she's doing Pilates, yoga, she's probably not going to do it at the lake where it's like you can do it for free and stuff. No, she's going to be doing it at a facility, so the gym, possibly lifting weights, whatever you're into. So yeah, your typical rich guy, making this the 10 mil per year. Of that 10 mil, you're basically throwing away a good at least 4 grand per month on these chicas. Sounds like the American dream. It sounds like the old movies. What was that one? You had Richard Gere and what's her name? That beautiful lady. She's amazing. Julia Roberts. There we go. So you had Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. It's just like that movie over there. No, it's not. because Julia Roberts in that movie was just happy to be in love and to have the lifestyle that she got from Richard Gere. That was enough for her. And sure, she probably got some of that stuff that went in there, but trust me, it was not 4 grand. It was not 4 grand plus minivan or whatever else that she was buying into. So yeah, so I don't know. So what do you guys think about the new American Dream? Any takers? You got yourself the cash to go after some of these ladies here? Oh boy. Again, this is not me. This is not me ranting about the ladies in the show. This is not me hating on the ladies on the show. This is just telling you guys this is what you're looking at. This is what you're looking at in the modern world if you are a super wealthy man, and you're looking, or a super wealthy woman, because I'm pretty sure it kind of works the other way too. Although I don't think in most regards that a man who is dating a sugar mama who's making the 10 mil is going to ask her, for the same kind of treatment to 4 grand, because let's face it, the men don't do as much eyebrow waxing. They might, if the girl really wants them to be metrosexual, you might do the chest hairs or something if they've gotten out of control. But you know, if one of those ladies has picked you as the man, you probably don't have a whole lot of extra hair anyway, especially not on your shoulders or your back, because you know they're pretty picky. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, oh man, the American dream has changed. It has changed. I've been saying that for a long time, but it's not true. It's not true until they make an Amazon commercial on the what's that thing called? Amazon Prime TV. So it's not true if I said it, but it becomes true only because there's an Amazon commercial now where they talk about the American dream has changed and we have the solution for whatever. Well, I'm not sure if that's the solution for you guys. If you're looking at women that have everything already, because you know these women that we're talking about, they're already making six figures and stuff, so they don't need the money. They don't need the money. So there's a complete disconnect between what they want for their lives, because they're saying they're looking for a man to build a future together and possibly have some kind of love relationship as well, not just like they're planning on taking care of the kids and all that good stuff. So what they're looking for really is to stop doing probably what they're doing right now and to go back into a sort of more conservative lifestyle where they are just the homemaker and do that stuff. So they're willing to give up whatever they're making right now, which is not nickels and dimes. It's a considerable amount of money. And so they're looking for a man that can provide them with the same kind of lifestyle that they already have, while giving up that entire lifestyle and basically abdicating all their power and wealth into the male role. I don't know why a woman would want to do that anyway. That's just stupid, in my opinion. I think that's just stupid, in my opinion. Why would a woman who has all of that want to give that all up, just for the other thing? So what it seems to me is, again, a lot of these people don't seem to really understand how life works, and they don't seem to understand the concept of love at this point. So maybe all they're really looking at this point is to double their level of materialism, or to be able to continue to live the lifestyle that they're living, and possibly stop working and just enjoy motherhood. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going for, but it's kind of hard to understand because it's not very logical. This kind of thinking is not very logical. So anyway, again, as I said before, it's not hating on women. It's not hating on them specifically. It just feels a little bit out there. It just feels a little bit out there. So anyway, what would be a better way to handle the things? It would be for them to continue to live the lifestyle that they're living, and continue on and find a partner, and then create the family that they want around what their current circumstances are. Also because life is so fickle. Life is so fickle, and let's say vulnerable. It's so easy to break. Life is so easy to break that just because you're making 10 mil today, or your husband is making 10 mil today, doesn't mean that they will be able to make 10 mil tomorrow. I mean, that is not something that you will always be able to do. So to have that as a foundation of a relationship going forward, is kind of meaningless. It's kind of meaningless. So I mean, if you already have all that money in the bank and you plan to live a frugal life going forward, that 10 mil could last you a long, long time and generations to come. But if the whole point of your life is to, chase wealth and all that stuff, and to live a non-frugal lifestyle, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're smoking, because one of the things that people like Elon Musk have realized is that they're not infallible. They're not infallible, and if you tick enough people off and you make enough mistakes, even if you are the wealthiest man in the world, there's still a chance that if you don't get yourself out of the hole, that you could really lose it all. That you could really lose it all. And I think maybe he just wanted to see. Maybe he was just testing it, because when you have that much wealth, when you have that much stuff, you get bored. You get bored. You say, well, let's test this out. Let's try that out. And maybe you think that you're infallible. Maybe you think that there's no way that you could lose. And most of the time, I'm sure that he was right, because with all the odds stacked against him, Elon Musk was able to do amazing things, and still not end up broke. So, but also he's been level setting his expectations now. He's realized that he can't really do the things that he did before the way he was doing it, and so he figured out that pulling out of Twitter and doing certain things that are more important right now in order to keep things running smoothly and get rid of some of the haters that have recently been created through his actions, is a good thing to do. So anyway, that was interesting to me to see, because again, as somebody who always seen like him being pretty much almost infallible, it's like, oh whoa, he survived this, he survived that. The pandemic was nothing to him. He basically went through the pandemic as if it didn't matter and all that kind of stuff. Anywho, guys, I'm going to put this bird down. That was my little rant for the morning. Thought I'd share that kind of stuff with you guys. I'm really enjoying this really cool helicopter. I think it is the Huey. And with that, I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Plonk, plonk. Let's make sure that I didn't say that wrong. It is the Huey. Let's take a look at it. Let's go down one. Shebang, the Huey. And with that, guys, I'm going to thank the usual suspects. Guys, go out there. Oh, guys, gals, everybody. Go out there and be ballsy and do something good for a change, because we all know that we tend to do a lot of bad things in our lives. Go do something fun for a change, something fun and good. And you want to eat the really good pancakes from Chip here. Squirrel. Don't get too distracted. This is the place to go. And again, looks like that Tim Cook has done some good jobs, because look at this. Look, it autofocuses. It is now brilliant. Remember back in the day when I could keep making fun of how bad autofocus was? Well, that ain't true no more, as they say. I'm going to say hello to thanks again for Captain Drone. Captain Drone has been awesome. And his beautiful family for sending me these cool stickers. And with that, we're going to say once again, thank you to Spectrum and Horizon Hobby for keeping it real, guys, and providing us with real flight evolution. It is so fun to get in front of the camera and talk a lot of garbage and fly some amazing birds for you guys. And the Huey is a cool bird for sure. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys with the nice logos here, just in case you don't know what these are and what things to purchase. These are the ones. And remember, if you're going to go out yourself and buy yourself the real flight evolution, please do yourself a big favor, especially if you're a beginner. You don't know what you're doing with simulators. Get yourself the remote that goes with it. It is a little more money, but it's worth it. It's really worth it. And with that, I bid you farewell, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.